Question. Present war situation is very devastating. Millions of people are refugees in other countries and children are being killed. People have no food, drinking water and shelter. There is fear. People are afraid. What can be done? Why human consciousness, as you always pointed out that there is only one consciousness and all entire humanity is responsible for everything what is happening in this world. So why we accept such bloody wars? Why we don't say these dictators, these so-called authorities no, and why we support them? Please throw the light on it. Thank you very much. Listen with full attention. Right now, the huge moon is shining through the window and filling the room with its beauty, its silver light. It is so silent and but very penetrating light, very much alive that you can touch it. And the relationship between moon and earth is so stable, so ancient. It gets never disturbed. It is always there. So is the relationship between sun and earth. Everything is in harmony, in order. And when one watches right now, while one is speaking to your question, responding to your question, one is also watching at the same time the full moon, its beauty. And beauty is love. And without love, there will be wars, killing, butchering, hurting. And this is the story of mankind that's always repeats in few years. In fact, every year it repeats. There are wars every year. So there is world war right now. And then after few decades, when the consciousness of mankind gets filled with the contents of society, and what are the contents? Fear, greed, ignorance, pride, suffering, and hate. When these contents, which each human being practices in his daily life while having contact with other human beings in daytime and when he sleeps, the same stuff he repeats in his sleeping state as dreams. Therefore, the brain continues working, and has no rest. That's why it gets worn out, wear out, gets fatigued, tired, tortured, and depressive. Exactly is the person you can see. Exactly. You can see these things in mostly every human being having this. Therefore, you share these contents of your consciousness, which every human being have. So this is common things you share. Therefore, there is only one consciousness. It is human consciousness, and human consciousness is right now filled by these contents which I have just right now mentioned. When the container, which is your consciousness, your brain, contains these stuff as a psychological things, because fear, greed, and hate is psychological phenomenon. When it overflows, then it manifests as a war. The war is the ultimate expression of your daily life. Every human being is contributing to it. And when this reservoir is filled, then a person like this dictator right now in Russia, he then represents entire humanity. He then such person manipulate the power through brainwashing other people and take over the country. And to hide his violence, his dictatorship, such person attack other countries. Attacking means that violence then goes further. Right things are happening. Exact things are happening in your family. Mankind is living under the shadow of dictators and authorities of all kinds. Political authority, social authorities, religious, spiritual authorities, industrial authorities. They are maintaining mankind to treat as slaves. Electronic media is controlling mankind, human brain through bringing every day new softwares, and you can see. That's why I say you must observe, watch. As I just mentioned in my last talk, why attention is vitally important. The moment you are not attentive, you are being bombarded from every direction, every corner, from everybody. It's a war, psychological war at all time, from every direction. You are attacking other people and other people are attacking you. This is the situation. People attack through words, through gestures, and you not only hurt physically, which is right now happening in Ukraine, but you also hurt in your relationship psychologically. You wound through bad words and gesture, throwing your destructive energy towards another person. In family, there is war between man and husband, husband and wife, children, relatives, friends. Universities, schools, professors, among everywhere there is war. There is war between followers and Guru Masters. You see, what is this? This is all comes from divisions, because you live in divisions. And where there is division, there must be inevitably war, quarrel, fighting, hurts, hate, violence. This is the law. Where there is division at any level, there will be corruption. Corruption means fragmentations in small pieces. War is the ultimate suffering. In war, there is tremendous suffering, untold suffering. Not only physically, people don't have to eat and drinking and shelter, also fear, tremendous fear. What can happen? Can die next moment, a bomb can fall down or a missile can hit. And to lose one husband, wife, children in war is the great sorrow. To lose, and mostly women suffer because they lose their men, go for wars to kill other and to be killed, to protect their so-called land and their flag and nationalities in the name of religions, economy, and in the name of God or ideology, or to gain the power on others. Right now, there is not only war here in Europe between Ukraine and Russia, but also there is war everywhere. It is world war. Many countries having right now also physical war. And it will spread. And mankind has gathered so many nuclear weapons that this earth can be made in small pieces. For what? You are here to live, but through the wrong teachings since thousands of years and continuous propaganda from politicians, from religious authorities, they have created in your brain so many divisions. You are not an integrated human being, stable. You are very unstable and psychological neurotic person. Every human being, including your so-called religious leaders as well, whom you follow. They are leading you. Since you are divisive, you are living in divisions. Therefore, you blindly create dictators. And then you ask why these dictators are there, why power is centralized. They are the byproduct of human instability and human disintegrity and human ignorance. Because you have been told since thousands of years to regard powers. And you can see how much you regard when a politician is elected. You just touch their feet. How much you regard a prominent or a film actor or actress who got success, you really get crazy to get their signature. How much you regard these so-called Guru Masters who declare they are enlightened. You start blindly following them, living false life, what they suggest you to do without questioning. And out of these things, then power gets centralized in one hand. And when there is power, there will be evil. It's a law. And it is right now happening. And this man, dictator in Russia, he's dangerous for the whole mankind. So there is already World War there. And war affects every country. Also economically, you can see now the prices are getting higher and higher, rising every day because diesel and petrol is now very expensive. And then all food products are bound to get expensive. Everything will get expensive. So there will be poverty and corruption. Every war brings corruption and poverty and untold psychological suffering. And this psychological suffering gathers in reservoir, and then this gathering energy affects the coming generation. So the vicious circle goes on, and the evil energy gathers and affects further. And then there is no place for love, real love, not the love it's just nothing but words. It's the social emotions. But real love exists, and this love never could touch human consciousness. You have been brought up without love through your parents and their parents and their parents. It goes and goes further and further. So you got accustomed to live without love. And for sensation, when you get married, you think this is love. But love never entered in human brains, otherwise, wars will be impossible. Because love knows no boundaries, love knows no divisions, love knows no as this is your country and this is my country. Love knows this is one planet, one earth. Only few people have this flower of love. Only in billions of people, one or two, they break down that circle. Because they can see this whole structure and they can then destroy this whole game within second by watching. That's why I always mention that pay your attention. Because attention itself is love. When you love, you are fully attentive. There is no center of the self. Mankind lives in self-interests, self-created interests, selfishness, self-centered. And therefore, living in self-interest, you build the wall around you. You isolate, you create division between man to man. In your family, also you have divisions. You isolate, you even don't talk years with your brothers, sisters, mother, father, relatives, friends. Suddenly you disappear and then make a wall around you, and for you, this person is dead then. Don't you do this? You do, right? This is the story of mankind. Unless you understand this story and burn it down right now, your consciousness will always contribute into the wars, collective consciousness, which is expressing right now. War is collective consciousness as a violence. When all human beings contribute their small violence, then there is world war. There is war between nations. But It starts from the kindergarten, in a school and university and jobs, in offices and industries, in your family, in your sleeping bedroom, in kitchen. There is war, continuous hatred. And you also maintain good words to put down this family violence. Then you start chanting, go temple, mosques, synagogue, church, and you then read scriptures, holy books to cover these things, but it doesn't cover. Things are not like that. Or other direction, and like in Western world, to cover these things, start taking drugs, alcohol, and innumerable entertainments, luxuries, big shoppings and possessions of properties, or getting famous, success, getting and is craving to be famous and non-prominent. These all things are the means to cover the family violence. Family means the human relationship. Or following some pathetic teachings, the commercial teachers, who then make millions of dollars out of your stupidity. They are mostly are retarded, but wearing fancy dresses, growing their beard and creating among them the holy phenomenon, the atmosphere of holiness. They catch you, they catch your neck, and you catch their neck. So this dirty game then goes on only because you don't have love. You never have visions to bring the new society on this beautiful planet. This planet is so beautiful. I'm just right now watching that the moon is blessing right now. And when you watch, I'm watching right now and also talking to you, answering your question. Then how you can kill even a human being is far away. You can't even kill an insect or animal. Since beauty is missing in your life, you have become dictators, killers, murderers. Because beauty itself is nothing but love. There is very little beauty in human brain because you can't see beauty. Your brain is always filled by thoughts, worries, problems, fears. The brain has no place, no space. And a person who has no space, he becomes violence. And it takes form of then wars. If you can see the brain of this dictator in Russia right now, then you will find that his brain has no space. It is filled with material things. His brain is filled by tanks, missiles, atom bombs, guns, grenades, bullets, and bullets. And you will also find that in his brain there is no beauty. He can't observe the beauty. Otherwise, how he can allow these soldiers to throw the missiles in kindergarten, in hospitals, and thousands of children died right now, and also pregnant women died, and some women gave the birth in dark bunkers. Bunkers, they are the cellars underground to save people's life, so they go in bunker. And can you imagine when a child is born in a dark bunker in such a fear atmosphere, then how he can love somebody in his whole life? It's not possible. And most of people are born in such a loveless atmosphere. All over the world, politician has created tremendous fear in human minds. There is no safe world. This world is not safe. It's a very dangerous world. And in this dangerous world, when children are being born, they always carry this fear from the very beginning. How they can love then? We have never dreamed, we have never contributed to create the good society. We have created this world in fragmentations, and that's why there are many religions, many sects, many beliefs which fights to each other and hate to each other. We have divided this beautiful country, this beautiful planet Earth, in countries, in races, in many beliefs. And then we protect these countries against other countries and hate other countries. You see how great illusion man is living in. First you create divisions and then you protect your divisions in the cost of killing others. However, every person is here to live till 80 years or 90 or 100. You are going to die anyway. Why you put so much money to kill somebody? Billions not only, but trillions of dollars are every year invested to invent new deadly weapons. Trillions. For what? To kill man. The man who is already going to die in 80 or 90 without money, he will die without, free, free of cost. But you are giving trillions of dollars to kill people before their natural death. How stupid is mankind? And why you accept such people? Under these people you live whole life. Under these people, you get the jobs and work 40, 50 years like slaves to get retirement. And when you get retirement, then your one leg is already in grave. You retire to die. This is your story, isn't it? How you can tolerate such life? It is only possible when you see this whole structure and just then put an end to this structure by observing it, watching it. When you put an end to it, then first time you can be free from these all influences which have made you slave and brainwashed you. It is very important that you live for freedom, not job and family and house, money. These things are necessary but not important. What's important is that you have that freedom first. What is the freedom? Love is the freedom. Only love, if you can love, you are free. Free from every systems. And all systems are dead. You have created all systems out of your fear. Very few people have contributed to build a good society. Very few. But the majority of people support wars, killing, and dictators. Also, those people who go to temple, mosques, church, they support or follow a guru or master or do meditation. They also support even more. Therefore, you must be free from your old conditioning, your habits, which are the products of your brainwash by authorities. You must be totally free so you can see the beauty. And once you see the beauty, love will start flowering in your life, and wars will be impossible. Then you can't hurt anything. And when you can't hurt anything, then dictators have no place. Because dictators are the most hurt people. They got hurt from their childhood. And they gathered the hate, And when they get the power, then this hate, what happens then? This hate manifests in war. Therefore, never hurt a human being, an animal, or insect, or tree, or a river, because these things are living things. Change yourself right now, listening this. Change right now. Transform yourself right now, not tomorrow, because tomorrow will never come, because anything can happen. You can see in war, they have no tomorrow now. From Ukraine, 4 million people are running to save their lives. And this can happen in any country, because every country mostly having deadly weapons. And they are preparing for war. You must ask yourself, why I don't love? Have you ever loved anything, anybody? No. If you have loved, then you will not send your children in military in to killed and to be killed and to kill others, to get butchered and butcher others. If you have really loved your children or your friends or in your relationship, then you will not see this ugly society, this very dangerous society. Then we would have lived in peaceful. To create the peace on this earth, you must live peacefully every moment, every second. When you are not peaceful, you create destructive energy for not only for you and your family, but others, that is spread all over the world. As I said, that there is one consciousness. You share everything. You share good things with every human being, 8 billion, and you also share bad things. And you are sharing these two things continuously. Mostly bad things, evil things. Because there is no goodness in human consciousness. Goodness flowers only when there is end of bad things, evil things. Because good has no relationship with the bad. They are two different things. And every human being contributes the evil energy in the reservoir. It's a fact. Therefore, even if one person changes, he affects the whole entire mankind. The consciousness of mankind is affected by his change. Such strength and power a man can have when he gets total changed. You understand what I'm saying? Let's create a new society, the real society, not based on rewards and punishment, not based on regarding worshipping the powers of any kind. Let's create the society that is equally beautiful as this planet is. Why this planet is so beautiful and why mankind is not beautiful? Let's create on this earth Even a single human being, if he changes, it's a great impact. His presence is a great blessing for the whole entire earth, for the entire human beings, 8 billion plus. It's similar like right now the blessing of moon is for entire earth. It's not for one person. It is not that I am just watching it and receiving its beauty and blessing, but it is showering all over the corner of the earth. On one moon only, not thousands. Similarly, one person, when he gets changed, transformed, not changed, but transformed, mutual, totally, then this person has that light. It's the original light. And then this person can bring the light to this world in the darkness of this world which is suffering right now through wars, through killing, butchering, hating. Only such person who transforms and have the light unto himself, and he has that original light torch. When you are light into yourself, you bring this light to the world. Namaste.